Hello and welcome back to the Fractured Rooster. As always, my name's Josh, and today's going to be part 3 of my son's $300 pickup build. I had to break the last video into 2 parts because it got a little bit large. This will be the second half of the last video. That's why there's no intro, and that's why I'm shooting this now. So hopefully you watched the last 2 videos for some context and this makes sense. In the first video, I went and retrieved the truck from where it had been stored for the last couple of years and brought it out to the farm, and then brought Gavin out to, he thought we were just coming out to work on something. And then when he showed up, I said, "This is your new truck, bud." And he got pretty excited. We drug the truck home, started working on it. In the second video, we wrapped up a lot of things in the truck and got it running and driving. He drove it for the first time, and that was pretty awesome. It was an awesome dad moment. And in this video, we're going to make the interior look like a brand new truck, and the exterior we're going to make it look a little better. We're going to polish it up a little bit and pull some dents, and well, you judge for yourself. How well did we do on a $300 pickup? I think we came out smelling like roses. I hope you enjoy. And we're going to jump right into Gavin and I. The last night we drove the truck, we got it running, we came home and we decided to just dive in and start working on the interior. We're losing daylight quick, but I got Gavin in here working away in all the nastiness. We've already got the seats out and the console out. Now we're getting the back seat out so we can get this stinky carpet out of here. Nice. All right, we're getting closer. Welcome back. We're on the seats now. Well, I had to come over to Cameron's shop because 1, it's air conditioned, and well, 2, it's just nice to have somebody else to help you stretch these new seat covers onto the seats. Again, I did buy these off of eBay, so there's no guarantee they're going to be a perfect fit, but you know, if they're worth buying, I'll put a link below so you can see where I got them. I think they were around $250, and I did get the new driver's seat foam because this one is completely blown out on the side from sliding in and out. It is normal use. Cameron's got to run and deliver a car, so I think while he's out, I'm going to start tearing the side panels off and at least get the old stuff off these. And then when he comes back, we'll stretch the new stuff on. Should be pretty straightforward.
We say that.
I noticed it didn't come with instructions, and I thought, I mean, it's pretty easy, I suppose. I hope. We'll see.
It's better that they don't have hog rings. So.
Yeah, the new ones, the new seats all have these plastic, I don't know, like a gutter type hook. No more hog ring pliers like the old days, so yeah, it should go pretty quick.
Yep.
Fingers crossed.
We'll see. I'll get this truck and I'm out of here.
All right, that's what progress looks like. That was not a terrible job, but one thing I did want to point out was that the armrests. You probably wondered, how did those come off the seats? If you've got one of these trucks with armrests, yeah, you might be wanting to pay attention to this. So these seats have a clip in them, just like an old roll-up window, an old crank-style window. There's a little channel right in there. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, that clip's installed on this seat over here. Maybe barely see it. With that clip installed there, grab the old armrest and just give it a smack. It will spread that clip apart and lock itself on the seat. That clip is what's actually going to sit down inside that groove right there. So once that clip's installed, it'll retain that armrest. So to get the armrest off, you have to get inside the seat. You can do it from the front, or it looks like you could probably fish your way in through the back if you pull this cardboard off. You have to get in there and then just lift that tab up and out. So anyway, this is what progress looks like. This only took 15-20 minutes, and you might have saw I stretched on the new armrest cover. This is the only thing in the kit that goes over the old or existing upholstery. Now we're to the point where I think I'm going to stretch the tops down on both of these first, and then try to put the seats on. I'm gonna, like I said, Cameron's out right now. As soon as he gets back, we'll figure out a way to glue this down in place here so that we have good seat heat with the new seat covers on. Just like that. You know, that maybe he's got some spray adhesive or something put on there to keep it in place so it doesn't walk away on us while we're putting the seat cover on. The seats do have a pretty aggressive Velcro, and it looks like the new seats have an appropriate Velcro strip, so everything should fit and tuck nice. Well, that bad expectations. I knew that was going to be a nightmare, and it kind of was. But the results speak for themselves. Once we let these sit out in the sun a little bit, get some of this vinyl to stretch, and these seats have side bolsters, and I think both side bolsters are cranked all the way in. So it's really hard to push that seat back in there and get that Velcro to stick. So I think once we get these back in the truck, loosen up the bolsters, back off the lumbar, and I think just sitting in them, letting them warm up and sitting in them is going to do them enough work, enough justice. I don't know. It'll make them work. It'll make them gooder. The one thing the kit did not include is the headrest. And as you can see, there's a little bit of a texture and color difference, but unless you're looking for that, I don't know that you're going to notice it. It's the same color as the grommet here for the seatbelt, so it's all right. These trucks were always, well, like all the interior back in the day, 80s and 90s cars, where everything was always a shade or two off. You know, your console.
50 shades of red, 50 shades of gray.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm completely happy with it. Everything looks great front and back. We even have little pockets in the back. So now we just got to get them home, get them back in the truck. After we get that carpet stretched out and cut all of our holes for all the mounting brackets and get the console back in. Oh yeah, I forgot I brought you a really nasty, disgusting console. It's outside.
Yeah, appreciate you. As usual.
Per usual. I assumed it'd be easier to clean it now than it would be to do it while we have brand new carpet in the car.
Unfortunately, you're correct, but yeah.
Cool. Well, we'll see you back at my place when we throw all this stuff back together. Well, good morning. The last scene, we were over at Cameron's house and we got these seats recovered. And I brought them back, threw them in the truck. We threw the carpet down. Things are looking and smelling a lot better in here. And today's kind of a big day. Gavin has been taking driver's ed this whole last week, and he got his restricted permit. Well, he got the paperwork to get the restricted permit. He passed the test at school. And today I think we're going to go try and get him a piece of plastic to carry around in his wallet. And I think it'd be kind of cool to let him drive his first truck to the DMV to get his license. So, well, at least drive it home. We got a couple hours before we got an appointment scheduled. So before he gets here today, I'd like to get this carpet pulled into place, cut all the holes in the floor for all the accessories, and get these seats mounted so that he can drive it, which should be fairly easy. It's just an X-Acto knife, kind of trim some of this carpet, pull it into place, tug it each way, and get it all bolted down. Get all the seats and center console and stuff bolted back down. Oh, you know what? That center console's still over at Cameron, so we're going to be center console-less, which is fine. It's going to be 90 degrees today, so we might run over by Cameron's and use my AC machine to recharge this thing with some 134A, so it's nice and cool in here, and then we can confirm that that new AC condenser is working, and we'll go get Gavin a driver's license today. Well, not too shabby. Here's all my cutoffs. Just if you're doing this at home, just remember to take small cuts because you can't put it back on. So little at a time. We got to cut about 4 or 5 inches off the front and about 2 or 3 inches off the back. made our relief cuts for the floor vents and the seat controls and all the seat posts. So now we're ready to put some seats in. So Chevrolet uses these, I don't know what these are called, Star Drive? Star Head? I don't know, you tell me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's a 6-point star design. 6-point socket does fit it. I know it looks a little intimidating if you're trying to pull your seats out. You're like, oh man, am I gonna have to go buy some new tools? One, hooray, and two, man, I wanted to do this today. An 11 millimeter fits on these rears pretty good, and then a 15 will fit on the larger star head, 6-point head, whatever that is, on the front. So a 15 and an 11 millimeters, all you need to pull these seats out. Done. So the rear uses bolts, the front uses nuts. You can kind of see those down in there. That's the 15s I was talking about. Well, the carpet does hang off a couple inches on the sides. We'll probably let Cameron do the final trim on that when he does a detail on the truck and reinstalls these sill plates. All right, one more seat and then we're ready to go get Gavin a license. When reinstalling these seats, the fronts have studs, so those kind of self-locate once you cut a hole in that carpet and the studs are popping out. The rears use bolts, so thankfully Chevy gave you one locating pin here, but to find the hidden nut underneath, I'm just using some Sharpie action. Just transferring those seat rails to the floor, and then pulling the seat back out, making a small little square cut where the mark is, and that's it. Pretty simple. Made it over to Cameron's. We're going to throw some Freon in this AC and see if we can't get it to blow nice and cold. Well, I already got that carpet dirty, but here's what it looks like. It's the finished product. Seats are bolted in nice and tight. Carpet looks great, and it's actually feels better than it looks. Those are the most comfortable seats GM ever made. Cameron agrees on that. Absolutely. But I'm here at Impact Detail because I had to come over and borrow my Robin Air AC compressor that I bought at an auction, I don't know, a couple months ago.
Yeah.
It needed some stuff. I think Cameron took it apart, had to clean out like a solenoid and maybe some gunk out of the compressor.
Yeah, vacuum pump came completely apart. It sat open for too long.
We threw a bottle on it, threw some hoses on it, and she's running like a champ. So it's going to take about another 8 minutes to vacuum down, and then it's going to inject all the refrigerant and oils, and we'll see if we have cold AC. Well, that thing was absolutely nasty in the last video. Cameron just hit it with some degreaser and a pressure washer. Now it's clean as new. Let's throw this stuff back in there. Look at this. We're cruising 50. Cruise works. There, cruise is set. AC's blowing ice cold. Well, that was going to be the end of the video, but the next morning, 2 or 3 more boxes of parts showed up, so I thought, well, let's just keep rolling. We got a headlight bucket to fix the floppy headlight there. We do have new headlights, turn signals, fuel filter, tailgate grommet, power steering pump, knock sensors, because we did have a check engine light once we got it running, and a new head unit. I did also order a paintless dent removal kit. And I don't know if these are going to work well or not, but this truck sat out in a field and it caught a lot of hail damage. You can see many dents here down the side. And there's really not a way to make it look any worse, so I thought, why not spend the $30 on this paintless dent kit, see if we can get half of these halfway out. I guess that'll make it look a little better, but like I said, I got a little time this morning, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to pull some of these dents, show you how that process goes, and then we'll head over to Cameron's to throw the rest of these parts on. So these paintless dent kits are pretty self-explanatory. You've got a hot glue gun. I did upgrade and buy some nicer glue, and then some glue-on tabs and a puller. As you squeeze it, it pulls that dent. The kit comes with assortments of different sizes and shapes, and so I've already got one of those glued onto a small dent here. I figured I'd start small and work my way up. attach that there. A little pressure. It might have taken half of that one out, maybe a little less. Oh, the neighborhood dogs are at it this morning. Well, made it over to Cameron's house. I finished pulling a lot of dents. It looks a little better. A lot of these, they're just too sharp. But it does look, I guess, considerably better. It looks 50% better. We'll leave it at that. So what are we doing here? Power steering pump, knock sensors, intake gasket, because, you know, you're gonna have to pull it off to get the knock sensors on. Headlights, turn signals, headlight bucket, and a new 6.5-inch component set for the front doors. Nothing huge. I wish Gavin were to do this, but he, like I said, he had some prior obligations after Trevor's Ed this morning, so he will not be here to help me out. But we can knock this out pretty quick. I think we're gonna throw a set of belts on it too while we're in here. While you got the intake off, and it's starting to squeak a little bit, so why not? Peace of mind. This way, when I send them down the road, I don't have to worry about, you know, the simple stuff. I'm probably gonna knock most of this out without, you know, turning the camera on, because this video is probably long enough. And this is all very simple routine maintenance type stuff. So I will probably turn the camera back on when I get the doors off, because when I throw the speakers in, I talked Cameron into throwing some 35% window tint on those front doors. He offered to do an eyebrow, but since we need a new windshield, I said you better wait till we get that replaced. But yeah, not a whole lot more to say, so I'm just gonna jump in here and do this, and I'll see you in a second when I get those door panels off. Well, I had to turn the camera on for just a quick second. We got the intake off here, and I had to show you the catastrophe that lies underneath it. Usually these trucks, the old farm trucks, are full of sand, and there's some grain or a lot of dirt in here, but I've never seen this much poop on top of an intake before. It's pretty nasty. And we leaked some gasoline all over it, and the engine's still piping hot, so just getting that aroma, that eau de turd, the gasoline turd smell,
Just wonderful.
Burns the sinuses.
Yeah.
I'll be smelling it tonight at 4 in the morning when I wake up to take a piss. Yep. Nasty. All right, well, we're gonna get these knock sensors out. We got a new harness and sensors. Water or mouse piss just gets down inside these plugs and just rots out those sensors. So 9 times out of 10, you get a knock sensor issue on these Gen 3 trucks. You just replace the harness and the sensors and everything.
Yeah, you buy it as a kit now from Dorman or whatever.
Yep. All right, see you later. All right, Cameron got these door panels off while I was messing with that intake. He also tinted the windows. Much better.
Mucho better, but.
And where'd you throw those old speakers in the tray? Oh yeah, here they are.
Yeah, they're in the rightful place.
Yeah, they were done for. All the surrounds are gone. The only speakers that were working were the tweeters. These are the factory tweeters. They mount above the woofer right in that area. Tossing those out. We got some cool components over here. Some Serwin Vegas. I don't know, they were the cheapest component set I could find, so we'll throw those in there. There's some 6.5-inch woofers and some crossovers. We'll zip tie those back behind the wall, the door back here somewhere. I'm not sure. We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
Go, looking good, man. Intake's back on. We took it outside and pressure washed it a little bit. I'm just hooking all the sensors and stuff back up now. Here's the new knock sensor. Click. And that's pretty much it. I have a new belt coming, new tensioner coming, and we'll throw her back together. All right, now the video can end. We wrapped up the truck, we put the intake back on, popped in all the headlights, buckets, speakers, knock sensors, intake gaskets. We didn't get to the power steering pump, but we can do that. We can do that at a later time. It's been a super fun project because I know it's going to somebody who's really going to enjoy it, and I'm going to get to enjoy it with him. So we made some memories, and we hopefully got a truck back on the road that deserved it. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Hope you had a laugh. And please stick around and catch me on the next video. Thanks again. Now it just needs a windshield, and we'll probably throw a head unit and some speakers in here for Gavin. But I think he's got a runner. It came out really, really nice in here. Got the center console back in, new seats, new carpet. Doesn't smell like mouse droppings anymore. I think Gavin's gonna be stoked. I sure as heck would be. I know it's a 21-year-old truck, but the last of the good GM trucks in my opinion. And I'm super happy to give this one to my son. This afternoon we're gonna go get him his license and he's gonna start driving it. I couldn't be more proud.